So this is our organic no dig, no chem bed, which is, I guess, about 2 months old now. It was laid right into our yard, just in a patch of grass, just out here in the front yard. We've got lots of other gardens around, front and back, but this is just basically what we've got, what we're working with. And what I really want to talk about today is the work involved in doing something like this project, which is, like I said, no dig makes it easy. No chem kind of makes it easy. Organic kind of makes it easy. Thing is, it's a different approach. It's a different process to gardening. This is not that big. It's probably 6 feet wide and 12 feet long. We do plan on expanding, but we've just come to the point now where we've started harvesting stuff a month or so ago and pulling things out. So I've got things like these bare patches here, and I need to go ahead and start planting something that will grow that's partially under a pomegranate tree for the first part of the day, and also shaded by some taller buddies. There's a little maple tree that was here before it was actually a garden, and I just think this is just about the prettiest little perilla plant I've ever seen. It's just hanging out in here doing its thing. It was intentionally planted just to fill a spot, and similarly there's some other spots that need to be filled. The reason I want to fill these is because I don't want them to become like this little area under one of my tomatoes where it's just weedy. Remember, I didn't put any barrier down. This was just right onto the yard. So as I go through, pretty much I've used up a lot of the space. Spaces that haven't been used up, like this, they need some flowers. So as I come through and weed a little bit, there's an empty space. I don't want weeds to take that over. I have a little bit of weeding to do, but it's kind of what I want it to be. It's not much work. Each time I come out, I'll pick a spot. I pulled weeds for a couple of minutes, and I cleared this area, and now it's ready to be planted. There's also a little spot. This is kind of a bare patch over here. Things need to be planted here as well. Doesn't matter what, just something that will grow. It's mid-July right now, so I have to be kind of selective about what I put in there. Something that's going to do well when the sun's directly above it, grow. I don't really care if it flowers. And you can see my marigolds, giant healthy marigold, but it only gets a couple of hours of direct sunlight a day. And let's look over here. These get a bit more, but then toward the end of the day, they're shaded by a big pine tree, which is up here. That's directly to the west of them. So it's not about making a bunch of flowers. It's really more about keeping the weeds down. And I need to just be a little selective about choosing some things. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put over here, but you can see there are a few spaces there and a space here. I just pulled out probably 4 or 5 plants that were just done for the season and moved them. They were ornamental perennials anyway, so it didn't really matter, but it was time to move, and I wanted to use that space for something else. Again, there's a little space I can use, and there's a space I can use. So that's one of the ways you can keep weeding down. That's a question I've been asked a lot, and really, I don't feel like I do a lot of weeding. These rocks are nice because little things like toads, lizards, and things love to come hang out in places like this. That's why we use stones around this. That's actually what determined the size of this garden. Is that's how much of this type of rock we were able to get on short notice from right around here without paying an arm and a leg. But those little things are great for keeping slugs down, other pests. And I come through pretty regularly. I'm going to show you something on my sunflower. I kind of flick these guys off from time to time. It's actually not too bad today. That sunflower's really hot. It's 96 degrees right now. Higher than that in the sun, but 96 in the shade. Cucamelon here is just doing great, producing a lot. My wife came out and kind of harvested some from it earlier today. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but yeah, there are some in there. Actually, yeah, there are a lot in there still. But anyway, I come through and pull squash bugs off of that every once in a while, and check the tomatoes. I've pulled one hornworm off of my tomatoes this year, and a few sap-sucking critters off of the sunflower. And the tomatillos are just, nothing really bothers them. This big guy here, nothing bothers it. The tomatillos do get nibbled at. I'll show you their leaves kind of close. And you can see they're being used as local ecology, but that's not hurting my crop at all. And it's one of my ornamental vines growing. But this guy's loaded up with fresh fruit. It's just now mid-July, and this thing will keep producing for a long time here in Arkansas, months and months. I'll have more tomatillos than I know what to do with. And anyway, thanks for viewing.